So we are going to talk a little bit about memories in fashion, and I was wanting to know more because I know, but probably your followers, they know you, but they know your chapter when you were a designer, and I think it's very important right now to be back, in what had happened before. So tell me how it started, Diane, for me as a fashion designer.
Well, I started in New York decades ago. I think it was around 1978, something like that. And I put together a collection, and I never worked for anybody else. So I didn't really know that you don't present spring in spring. I didn't really know how to price. So one day I told this girl, she was an airline stewardess, perfect body for my clothes, to just take a bag of clothes around to some shops and see if she could get orders. We got orders immediately. Of course, I priced not correctly. And even with the first dress, these guys that had a flower shop on Bleecker Street, like Bleecker and 11th Street, actually where, what is that cupcake place that's in Sex and the City? Anyway, it was right there. And they put it, my first dress I ever designed in the window, and immediately this woman wanted to buy the dress, and her husband was working in the garment center, and they wanted to open a store for me. And we spent lots of time, his wife Jan and I, looking at shops uptown on the Upper East Side. Then at the last minute it didn't happen. But it was too soon anyway. And I had my own brand for 13 years. For 5 of those years, I had a license with Sabre department store. So I created a second collection. Well, it was the same collection, but it was fitted to Japanese size, which was not like small petite.
But Diana, at that moment when you were doing as a fashion week in New York, you were doing a catwalk, right?
Yes.
You were presenting the collection. You were having casting girls because
Yes.
I know that Violeta Sanchez was one of your models, but there were others
I
beautiful.
loved her then, and I love her now.
Yeah, I know. But you did have also a beautiful black girls who were on the stories.
Yeah, my muse was Neith Hunter. She was like, and then I had this girl Romney. I think she was the girlfriend of Sabato Rosso. She's also a designer and was on that reality TV show recently where they took designers to Tokyo and Paris. I forget the name of it. Yeah, I mean, because in those days, in the 80s, we weren't told you have to use a black girl, you have to use an Asian. We used them because they were beautiful, and it was an organic choice. And I mean, if you remember Saint Laurent,
Of course, I do.
it wasn't forced. It
Yeah, I
was
know.
just real.
So the spirit of the collection, I know is, I mean, we are not going to talk back, but I mean, I wanted to know, how was the backstage, how was the little things that it make all the time, very emotional when you do fashion shows. It was very hectic. You have your team, you have your.
No, I was very organized.
Ah.
It was very quiet. Models would get like Lovey, one of my models.
Mhm.
She used to work for Chanel also. She was expecting it to be crazy, but I always thought there are enough unexpected things that happen anyway.
Of course.
But if everybody does their job and everybody's organized, you can be somewhat zen. And I used to like to watch my shows. Nobody could understand that. But I thought if I organized backstage enough, I wanted to watch it. I'd been working on it for months. And at the end, before I left New York, because I never really worked with a PR, but there was this guy who kept contacting me, Benjamin Liu, who was the right hand of Andy Warhol for more than a decade. And he kept calling me and said, I want to do your PR. And I kept going, no, I don't need your PR. And then one day, it was like 3 collections before I left, I think. I said, okay, why not? He was so great. He was so organized. I gave him like a minimum budget, and I said, I want lighting like that sort of salmon colored light when you're in Tuscany, the sun is setting, and I want this space and it lights up everything for something like $1,500.
It doesn't.
And you know what? He just did it.
Of course.
And everything was impeccable.
Yeah.
So we worked together until I left.
Mm-hmm. But Diana, in that moment,
Benjamin Liu.
that's very good. Because I mean, at that time, it's not like today. Today, you know, people, you know, they want to do, you know, with a lot of money, blah, 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 blah. That moment when you were doing fashion, it was with your spirit, it was with a certain budget, but it was more creative. I think this is my taste. I feel that it was more real fashion for people who really love fashion, right?
Well, the way I presented it and other independent designers like Steven Sprouse or Anna Sui or David Norbury and Miguel Azuna and Vivian Tam, people, they were more about creation than about, you know, just product up and down the catwalk. And people kept always telling me, you belong in Europe, you should be in Paris. Here they just want to see it quick. I wanted to create something.
I know, because I remember seeing you, because Bill Cunningham was doing a lot of reports at that moment, and it was always putting his eye into your collections, I remember.
Yes. Bill Cunningham was at my first. Okay, it's a Vierge.
Yes, merci.
I'm having a Virgin Mohico
Yes, I know.
because Georgia had one. And it's great.
Yeah.
Let me see if it's great. It's a little sweet.
It's good,
No, it's too sweet.
but we can put more water if you want. You can add it.
It's full of sugar.
Okay.
Hers
So
wasn't.
yeah, so Bill Cunningham was one of your first. Yes, but I remember also you told me a little story about one day somebody like Anna Wintour was doing something with your clothes.
Yeah, she used to work at New York Magazine. I get mixed up. I don't think it was the New York, it was New York Magazine, I think. And she called in my collection. She loved it. It had been an ecclesiastic collection. I did it in a theater. There was a really funny story behind that. But when I saw the magazine, which opened as a double page, I was very excited. But it looked like some girl, like Madeline at the Plaza. It didn't look ecclesiastic. She put like a big bow here and floater hat. It took everything in me to be able to write a postcard and say thank you. I was like, if you loved what I did, what is that?
It was an
I have
interpretation.
the pictures.
It was an interpretation, probably, you know,
Yes.
about the things.
She was making it
her
something.
own difference.
It wasn't.
Well, anyhow, it was so good to talk, and I would like to continue, and we would like to see more pictures about that. So I'll give you a kiss, Diana. Okay?
Thank you.